I'm debating with somebody that says, when we get to some critical points, they just say, well, that's my opinion, and opinions are neither right or wrong, they're just opinions. And I don't know exactly how to address that.
Well, this is just another one of those silly things. Here's the first thing that comes to mind. You know what the suicide tactic is, right? Or do you?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay, well, we emphasize a tactical approach to things here at Standard Reason, and we talk about different tactics. One is the Columbo tactic, where you use questions to maneuver in conversation. The other is a suicide tactic, in which you develop the ability to recognize where another person's point of view is committing suicide. And generally, it commits suicide when it cannot fulfill its own requirements. Now, that's what's going on here. This is the first thing that comes to mind. So a person says, opinions are neither true or false, they are just opinions.
Right.
All right? My first question would be, and here's a combination of the Columbo tactic with the question with the suicide. My first question would be, is that your opinion? And if it is his opinion, then he has no right to state it forcefully as he's doing. Opinions are neither true or false, because it's not the case that opinions are neither true or false if, in fact, that statement itself is his opinion. Then I shouldn't take that statement seriously because it's neither true or false. Now, propositions, statements about things, are by their nature either true or false. Okay? When you make a claim about a thing, the claim is either factual or it's not. The only kinds of things that are not true or false are things like grunts. Ugh. Yuck. Yay. Wow. I mean, these are neither true or false, no propositional content. But if you say that President Bush is a bad president, that's my opinion, well, he either is a bad president or he isn't. Now, this doesn't make any sense to me when a person says that opinions are neither true or false. If they're not true or false, what are they? He might say, well, they're just expressions of emotion. This is a tack that some people took. I think it was A.J. Ayer, who is the famous philosophical atheist, the tack that he took dealing with morality. He said, when we say that murder is wrong, this sounds like a proposition, but it's not. Really, it's just a grunt. It's emoting. We are just emoting. There's no real propositional content to it, because you can't know anything about morality because you can't measure it in a test tube. It's not verifiable by the scientific method, and so it's not a meaningful sentence. It's just a grunt. It's just saying murder. I don't like it. And when you say, like, Mother Teresa is a good woman, then you're just saying, Mother Teresa, yay! You're not really giving anything contentful about her. So my questions to the person who says, well, opinions are neither right or wrong, I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. Okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense to me. I say, first of all, I'd ask him, is that your opinion?
Okay.
Okay, well then if that's your opinion, and opinions are neither right or wrong, then you are telling me not to pay any attention at all to what you say. Why should I listen to what you have to say if the things that you're saying are neither true or false?
Okay.
I mean, that's a fair question.
Well, what if they say, like, well, you don't have to listen to me?
Is that an opinion? Well, then that's neither true or false either. The thing is that they're talking to you about... Tell me the context in which he made this comment.
Well, actually, it was she, and
okay.
we're debating homosexuality.
Right.
And it was online.
Okay.
And there are a lot of things wrong with her view, but when I would maybe point out something that I thought was flawed, she'd be like, well, that's just my opinion. And you have your opinion, I have my opinion, and opinions are by nature not right or wrong.
Well, this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. Here's the simplest way to go back to a person like that is say, if I understand you correctly, you are telling me not to take anything you say seriously. Do I read you right? You're telling me to, ignore what you're saying, not take it seriously, that you're just making noise? You're just sputtering? You're just sputtering here on the website or the bulletin board or whatever, and that's the way I read your comment.
Right.
If opinions are just opinions, they're neither true or false, then they're nothing. They're not claims at all. They're just sputterings and fussings. And why should I spend any time paying attention to it? In fact, I don't know why she is putting her sputterings and fussings down. Yes, if she says that homosexuality is legitimate, that's an opinion. But the opinion is either a good one or a bad one, a true one or a false one. It may be true by its nature that it's her opinion, but her opinion reflects a point of view that is either a good one or a bad one.
Right.
Because she's trying to assert that homosexuality, I presume, is morally legitimate. Well, if that's an opinion. Well, if she doesn't think that's true, then why does she hold that opinion? If she thinks that it's neither true or false, and your opinion, contrary to hers, is neither true or false, then there is, in principle, no conflict between your views, because there can only be a conflict if her opinion is opposite yours and hers is true and yours is false, or yours is false, yours is true and hers is false.
Right.
If neither are true or false, then there's no conflict. But it appears that there is I don't mean a fight here, but there is a conflict of ideas. This is just one of those silly, politically correct maneuvers to try to make a claim against you in a passive-aggressive way.
Yes.
It's like being nice and sounds like you're not making a claim, but she is saying that you're mistaken. And so I would just continue to play her rules back to her. If she says, well, it's just my opinion, and opinions are neither true nor false, you say, I have two questions. First of all, is that an opinion? And if that opinions are neither true or false, and if that's the case, then you're speaking nonsense. And secondly, what is the point of you discussing an alternate point of view with me if we both have alternate points of view that are neither true nor false? Do you follow me?
Okay. Yeah.
It's that you can't be in conflict. So what's the point of talking about this?
Right.
And the fact is, this is the passive-aggressive style of postmoderns, who definitely, in a modernist sense, and I would actually, this is pre-modern, this is in a human sense, understand that when you have propositions, that propositions, have content that are either true or false. When you express an opinion, you're expressing a proposition. But postmoderns don't want to be right, They just want to give their view and pretend like I'm just giving my view. That's neither true nor false. They're just my view. But in fact, they are campaigning for a view that they think is true, which is why they're in the game to begin with. And I think this is a massive lack of clarity, and that borders on intellectual dishonesty. So that would be the approach. Be gentle with the person you're in conversation with there on the internet, but I would point that out, Justin, and I thank you for the call.
Oh, baby, how was I